We're about to show you surveillance video of a crime in progress here at the Lodge at Wallapai, a straight-up armed robbery in broad daylight. The bartender, who fears for his life, tells me what happened after the crime was every bit as sinister. December 4th, 2020, just before 7:30 a.m. at the Lodge on Wallapai Way near Desert Inn Road. The man in the hooded sweatshirt enters and immediately pulls out his gun.
He said, keep your hands where I can see them. Give me all the cash. You know what this is.
Bartender Edward Parker hands over the cash and kneels on the ground with his hands behind his head as the robber puts the money in his bag.
I was terrified, petrified. I've never had anything like that happen in my life before.
The robber left with the cash, but more money was about to change hands. Later that morning, Edward was summoned by Lodge management.
And he expects that his employer's calling him into a meeting to be asked, how are you doing? Can we help you? Do you need some time off? Instead, they say, here's a piece of paper, repay the money, or you're out.
Attorney Sam Mirejovsky is representing Edward in this newly filed lawsuit.
To me, it was such a violation, not just of the law, not just of right and wrong, but also the trust that employees need to have with their employers.
The suit accuses the Lodge of coercion, intimidation, deceptive trade, and more. It centers around this repayment form Edward says he signed under duress, agreeing to reimburse the bar for nearly $4,000, either in one lump sum or regular $300 paycheck deductions.
Confused by why this would happen, frustrated, but also fearful of losing my job. You got to remember, this is December of 2020.
Edward signed the document.
My brain wasn't working correctly after having a gun shoved in my face. I was thinking about my paychecks, my livelihood, at a very chaotic time in America.
Lodge management did not respond to our call for comment, so we went to their corporate office. Hi. I'm Darcy Spears from Channel 13. I called yesterday to speak to anyone in management from the Lodge at Wallapai, and nobody returned my call, so I thought I'd come by and see if I could perhaps talk to someone now. There's no one available, or there's no one literally on property?
There's nobody available or on property.
When attorneys Sam and Ash first heard about what happened,
and this story enrages us,
they talked about it on their radio show.
It's not just about Edward, it's about every single tip earner in this town. I believe they should expect to have their employer have their back.
Edward was not the only one. On December 11th, 2020, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police arrested 42-year-old Jack McLaughlin and 38-year-old Daniela Tito. Police say the pair robbed a series of bars, including 2 other Lodge locations, Grand Teton Lodge in October and Cactus Lodge in November.
Considering that 2 of our other properties had gotten robbed before that, a security system would be nice. Most other taverns in Las Vegas have a door buzzer system to allow people in and out of the building. That's during certain hours. We didn't have that.
We asked Mirejovsky if bartenders at the other robbed locations were also forced to pay the stolen money back.
One of them was, and he quit as a consequence of it, is my understanding.
He says the Lodge's actions are illegal.
Well, it's theft, it's conversion, and it violates Nevada law.
In order to withhold money, Sam explains an employer must prove their employee is responsible for it. Is there some kind of a claim that he didn't follow procedure as far as money kept in the drawer or anything like that?
Yes, that's the reason that they gave him for why he needed to pay the money back. And what we'll go through in discovery is show us the books. Show us where a client signed and approved a handbook. We believe there is none.
There's also the matter of how else the Lodge could have been reimbursed. What can you tell us about whether there was liability insurance, and are they double dipping by forcing Edward to pay them back?
I don't know if they're double dipping on the insurance claim, but that's one of the things that we are absolutely going to look into.
As they were working toward filing the lawsuit, Edward filed a complaint with the Nevada Labor Commission, which resulted in a $5,500 settlement, but he declined on advice of counsel.
So it does show that there's an acknowledgement that there's a problem.
It changed my life, and not for the better.
Edward says he was later essentially fired over a dispute about a single vacation day. He has since left Las Vegas, a city he loved, to be closer to family across the country and to distance himself from all this.
I think bad deeds, you know, they hide in the shadows. And the best thing we can do is put light on them and then get the justice that's deserved.
The criminal case against the man accused of robbing this place is still winding its way through court. In Edward's case, the lodge has not yet filed an answer to his civil complaint. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.